Is this something that you think could actually be real one day?
I've had a 1 or 2 multiverse experiences. I don't know how to explain it.
Give it a shot.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. John calls me up. He says, Paul, I think I found some psilocybin mushrooms. I said, John, how many did you find? He goes, you would not believe it. It's a huge amount. I said, wait. So I jumped in my car and I drove up from Olympia to Seattle, about 60, 70 miles. And I go, well, where are we going? He goes, well, we need some grocery bags, and let's get on our bikes and let's go down there. I go, well, why all the secrecy? And it was the end of Boat Street, and right at the University of Washington, right off of University Avenue, there's Boat Street. And we get there, and right across the street is a police substation. So we're there, and it was an eruption of this mushroom. There had to be 10,000, 30,000 mushrooms, I don't know. There are mushrooms everywhere. I've, to this day, never seen so many mushrooms in one concentrated area. So we waited till the police cars went away, and we're kind of idling there, and then the police cars would go away, and from the substation, we'd start picking mushrooms. So we got about 8 or 10 grocery bags full of these mushrooms.
How bizarre.
It turned out to be a new species called Psilocybe stuntzii. We go back to the house, and it's like, we got to dry them. We lay out newspapers, and the whole newspapers were just covered with mushrooms. And so that night, let's eat them. And so, I mean, this is not very potent, so we made smoothies. And, oh my gosh, talk about the gag reflex. So we had to make these smoothies. I had to eat 50 of them. So we made these incredibly distasteful milkshakes, and we chugged them, and we drank them. Amazing experience. I bonded with my brother. It was beautiful, and all for science. And I'm laying in bed in full-blown experience, and then I have a lucid dream. And I'm dreaming, and I wake up, and I go downstairs, and I go, I had this crazy dream. I saw thousands of cattle dead, baking in the sun. Well, what could kill all these cattle? So they laughed, and they said, well, when's the world going to end, Paul? And I go, well, it's not this weekend. That was like in 2 days. It's next weekend. So they wrote on the calendar, December 1st. I put it in my book. I think it's 1975, the end of the world. They wrote, Paul predicts the end of the world. So we forgot about it. Massive rains the next week. Huge amounts of snowfall. And then on Wednesday, Thursday, temperature inversion. And it flipped to 75 to 85 degrees. All the snow started to melt. All the rivers were flooding, and my little cabin was right next to this river that would swell from morning to night. It would go up 6 feet just from the snow melt, because it's very close to this volcano and big glaciers. I said, oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose my manuscript, all my research. I need to get up there. And so I'm watching the news and the roads are being closed. So I had to go through Rockport, Washington, the back way in order to get back to my cabin. I get to my cabin. My cabin was on the verge of falling into it, but I got my manuscript, I got all my books, I rescued all the material I had, but I couldn't get out of there because the roads had been closed. And so I had to wait 2 days, and the roads then opened up, and I drove out of the valley into the Snohomish Valley, and I went around the bend, and there the sun, it was a brilliant sunny day, a warm day, and there floating in the fields were hundreds and hundreds of dead cattle. Whoa. How do you explain that? I entered, I think, into the multiverse.